Hey guys, this is Brandon from buildingwithdairy.com, here today with another video about lactose-free milk. First, we'll talk about what is lactose, a little bit about lactose intolerance, and then talk about how lactose-free milk is made. And if you stick around to the end of the video, we'll actually do some lactose hydrolysis and make some lactose-free milk. Starting off, what is lactose? Lactose is a double sugar, something called a disaccharide, which means you have two single sugars that are attached with a special bond in the middle. Our body produces an enzyme called lactase to break this bond so that we can digest this sugar or break down this sugar into two single sugars and then digest it. Lactose is a high quality energy source and is the main constituent in breast milk. So everyone is born with the ability to break down lactose. However, as we grow older and wean from human milk to cow's milk or to no milk, our body, depending on if we have certain genes or not, will continue to make lactase into adulthood, or it'll stop making lactase. If your body doesn't make lactase anymore, you are lactose intolerant. Your body is unable to break down this bond in the middle, which means that the bacteria in your gut have to do it, which can lead to abdominal distress as the bacteria produce gas, CO2 and methane, which can lead to some distress. Since we still live in a culture of fart shaming, this can be problematic, as it's still not really kosher to break wind. So how is lactose-free milk made? The dairy industry has recognized that certain populations suffer from lactose intolerance and that it's pretty uncomfortable. So they came up with a way that they could get milk to you and you can still get the nutritious health benefits of drinking milk, but without the nasty side effects of lactose intolerance. This involves a process of adding the enzyme directly to the milk so that the lactose is pre-digested for you and you don't have to deal with the side effects of lactose intolerance. There are really two main methods that this is done in the milk production industry at the moment. There's kind of the old-fashioned way where basically you fill up the raw milk in a large silo, you add in the enzyme and let it mix and sit overnight, and that will break down all the lactose into its simple sugars. It's then pasteurized and bottled, and then it arrives at your grocery store for you to purchase completely lactose-free. The second method, which is becoming more popular within different dairy companies, is having a highly purified and concentrated form of the lactase enzyme that you actually add in after the pasteurization process. So after the milk's been heated up really hot, a small dose is added in at the correct ratio, and then it's bottled. And then instead of you waiting 24 hours before you pasteurize the milk, the lactose hydrolysis happens during the distribution of the milk to the grocery store. So the second method, you use a lot less enzyme. You don't have to sit around and wait for a tank. And the first way, you're wasting a ton of money throwing in a ton of enzyme into the tank, and you obviously have to wait the 12 to 24 hours for the lactose to hydrolyze. But I know you want to see what it looks like for yourself. So let's cut away to my laboratory and we'll actually do some lactose hydrolysis and make some lactose-free milk. So here we are. I got my lab coat on, so we're ready to do something. I've got a glass here, an empty glass. What we're going to be doing in no way is similar to what's done industrially per se, but if any of them, it's probably closest to the first method. We're going to have a full glass. We're going to add in some lactase, which I have here in this little vial. There are a few companies that make it in the country, and I was able to grab some. Now to get started, I obviously need some milk. Here I have some 2% milk. I don't drink whole milk because I'm trying to watch my figure. And I don't drink skim milk because that's just water pretending to be milk. So we were going to fill up this glass most of the way full. Looks great. Ooh, that's good. Grab a little pipette here. Grab some of the lactase. For this amount of milk, we only need about a drop. Pull some up. Watch closely now. Stir it up. And bam. In all reality, it takes several hours like I mentioned before. So let's go get some chores done. Well, it's been about 12 hours. Ignore the clock on the wall, purely decorative. And now all the lactose in our glass of milk has been hydrolyzed into glucose and galactose. And it's time for a taste test. That is freaking delicious. So, fun fact, lactose itself isn't a very sweet sugar. And glucose and galactose on their own are actually sweeter than they are combined in lactose. So if you buy a carton of lactose-free milk from the grocery store, it's actually sweeter than normal milk. Lactose-free milk, you can find it in almost every grocery store. And this is one of my favorites. This is Fairlife. It's an ultra-filtered milk. As part of the filtration process, they concentrate the protein and remove some of the sugar. So this product is actually just as sweet as normal milk. But there are plenty of products like this. If you feel like you're lactose intolerant and you want to try some of these lactose-free milks, I highly recommend Fairlife and any of the other products. If you want to learn more about lactose intolerance or lactose-free milk, check the links in the description to a couple articles on the website buildingwithdairy.com. As well as hit the like button down below if you enjoyed the content. Subscribe to our channel if you want to see more videos like this. And leave a comment or a question down below about lactose intolerance, lactose-free milk, or anything else you want to see. Grab a glass of milk and remember to do it with dairy.